Hey guys, sorry if you hear all of that construction noise. They are repaving the road by my house. But I was having this discussion on Facebook with a couple of people I'm friends with that I grew up with. And I thought maybe I should share it on my channel because the topic we were talking about was kind of interesting, kind of controversial at the same time, depending on how you view it and your own personal experiences. So we were talking about like lying to a person with dementia. And when I say lying, it is lying, so it's not lying. It's actually lying to the point where you're just going along with the person at their reality level. So what I mean by that is, like, say for example, somebody who is 90 years old, has dementia, is exit seeking and or looking for their mom or their dad. And obviously their mom and dad are no longer with us. And you choose to lie to someone and say something to the effect of, your mom wanted you to eat dinner here and she'll come pick you up later, or your mom will be here later on and as soon as she gets here we'll let you know, something like that, to kind of de-escalate the situation and get them to not be so worked up or agitated. So some people were saying, if you lie to them and say things like that, would that not make the situation worse? And I will say at times it does make the situation worse. Like if the person is just like super exit seeking or super emotional that day, sometimes it does make it worse. But for the most part, the situation doesn't really get worse because we're able to kind of distract them and redirect them to do whatever we're trying to get them to do. Like I said, it does not always work. And now someone's mowing their grass. It does not always work, but for the most part, it does help us to at least distract the person and get their mind focused on something else other than looking for whatever loved one they're looking for. I was trained that way because my first job after being trained as a CNA, I worked on a memory care unit. And so like we were trained to just like, instead of trying to argue with the person who has dementia because that's pointless, well, so let's just get that out of the way. There's no point in trying to argue with the person who has dementia. Instead of trying to argue with them, you just kind of validate their reality, so to speak. I believe the first facility that I worked at called it validation therapy. I've heard other people call it therapeutic lying. It's really just to kind of redirect the person, get them thinking about something else, so then you can get them to like kind of focus their attention elsewhere instead of trying to get out or trying to like look for this person. So I'm just curious to know like what you guys think about this. Do you think that it's wrong to lie to somebody who has dementia just to try to get them to not be so upset? I personally hate it when people who don't really work well with people who have dementia constantly sit there and tell them like, oh no, your mom is dead. Like, could you even imagine that? If your brain was telling you that your loved one was still alive, and you are at the level of reality where you're a kid, basically, and kids are always looking for their parents, how would you feel if somebody came up to you and said on a constant basis that your parent is dead? And then you watch these people, like, it drives me crazy when people are like, no, your husband's dead, he's not here, he's not gonna come for you. Like, imagine how upset that makes someone. It makes me even more upset because then, like, I've had people before where I've been working with these people and then, like, for whatever reason, they just they tell these people that, and then I have to come and work behind them, and that person is agitated for the whole shift. They're really upset, really emotional, super exit seeking behaviors, and like it's really hard to try to bring them back down from that. But just imagine if you had to constantly relive the death of your loved one over and over and over again. That's why I don't see a problem with lying to a dementia patient, or a person with dementia, because if it's not going to cause them any harm, what's the harm in going along with their reality and trying to make up little excuses about why their mom is not here right now? She'll be here later. She wants you to eat dinner first, and then she'll pick you up after dinner, something like that. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I'm curious to see what your views on this topic are. And yeah, I will talk to you guys again in my next video. Oh, and if there's any other topics you'd like me to cover on my channel, let me know, and I will do my best to get it filmed for you, and I will talk to you guys again in my next video.